This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Samsung Galaxy S4 Zoom. Now, this was launched quite some time back, but it was never really available in the market. It's now suddenly available in the market. The price on the box is 31,990 rupees, and that is what the price is. Since the price of the dollar went up, they increased the price of the Galaxy S4 Zoom. Now, essentially, this is supposed to be the Galaxy S4 with a impressive camera, but now they have a different processor and different capabilities on the inside. So let's not waste time right now. I'm going to quickly cut through the seals over here, a total of 3. One over here, one over here, and the main one, which is over here. And let's pull out the S4 Zoom out of the box. First thing inside the box is the S4 Zoom itself. I'm going to place that aside. I'm going to go further in. We've got the standard set of documentation over here. We've got a USB to micro USB charging data syncing cable. We've got the USB wall charger, Samsung style earphones with in-ear tips. Écoutez s'il vous plaît. And you do have a cleaning cloth, which is nice. Really appreciate that. You have a 2330 milliamp hour battery, and you have the extra ear tips. So that's everything from the box. Let's quickly take a look at the camera itself. Now, in terms of design and overall feel, it does represent the Galaxy line of series. The Galaxy S line of series is more identical to, say, the Galaxy S4 Mini than the S4 Zoom. I have a Mini over here. Let me pull that out. And if you talk about specifications as well, you can see it's identical from the front over here. So you can't really make out a difference. Now, this is an S4 Mini with dual SIM capabilities, and this is an S4 Zoom with impressive camera capabilities. But in terms of specifications as well, we have a 1.5 gigahertz dual core processor versus a quad core and octa core processor that we've seen on the S4. Now, we do have a Super AMOLED display over here, which is fantastic. If we talk about the front camera, we have a 1.9 megapixel front camera, a bunch of sensors over here, the earpiece, the display, which is over here, Super AMOLED. You have 2 touch capacitive buttons at the bottom. You have the main home button, which is the standard Samsung specific. On the right, you have the main shutter button, along with the power lock and unlock button and the volume rocker. You also have a ring over here, which is going to be used to control the settings as well as the zoom on the camera. On the top, you have a 3.5mm headphone jack along with a microphone, which is possibly going to be used for noise cancellation and audio during video. You also have an infrared blaster, which makes it convenient for you to use the device for controlling things around your house, including a television. You can also remove this sort of plug over here, which we found really difficult to remove the last time as well, but you can remove it to mount a tripod if you want to do that. And you can also use this cover to cover up things that do have a tripod mount thread. So for example, a real camera, just cover that up. Over here is the micro SD card slot, the most important aspect of this camera. And you also have a camera strap location, which is over here, which is also a nice thing to have. Funny enough, they did not include a camera strap, which they should have, considering they've launched this product as a camera phone. If I open this area over here, you can see this is the battery compartment, along with the SIM card slot area. And you do also have a micro SD card slot over here, along with the main microphone, which is going to be used for voice calls at the time you use this device as a phone. So I think I put the battery back inside. Let me go pull that out. So battery goes in like so. Close the door up. Let's power on this bad boy and see what the interface looks like. So I can also enable some of the Samsung features. So I can enable S-Beam, I can enable voice control, easy mode, etc. I'm going to do that. I can change the device name to Bharat Nagpal's Zoom. Or Bharat Nagpal Zoom in. Yep. Thank you for the suggestion. Anyway, so this is what the interface looks like. Pretty impressive. Not at all. This is the standard Samsung TouchWiz user interface, so nothing special over there, but you do get 7 home screens. You can scroll left or right from any home screen as per your requirement. Pull down from the top, you have your notifications over here. You also have a software update which is already available, so you can look at that. You also have these quick toggles on the top which are also standard. If I come down over here, going to about device, should be running Android 4.2.2. Software updates are available, and hopefully this device should go up to 4.3 and will work with the Galaxy Gear, which was launched just today. So I'm hoping to see this compatible with that. There is an app available in the App Store, within the Samsung App Store, I believe, which lets you use the Galaxy Gear with these devices. But this is not what we're really talking about, and I'm going to get into the camera in just 1 second. I'll show you a bit of the interface, home screen as well as the phone dialer, very Samsung style. You can jump into your contacts, etc. from here. If I go into messaging, I'm going to show you the keyboard as well, very Samsung keyboard. So you have these settings over here. You can also enable continuous input, which is like swipe. If you enable continuous input, you need to turn off cursor control and vice versa. So you can do that as well. You can see we have the retina sensor over here, so it's waiting for me, or it's looking for me or my eye. I can turn on continuous keyboard input. No relation with the retina sensor, but and if I turn it into landscape, you'll see that the same interface more or less. So it is quite easy to control this device like this, because you get your hand to go into this grip position, and when you're holding and typing, the overall feel of the device is nice, although the lens does come in the way, sort of. Now, again, you have the standard set of Samsung applications. Apart from that, you have this whole suite of camera applications which are recommended by Samsung. Of course, you can get rid of most of them and add your own, Instagram or whatever the hell you're going to be using to click pictures on an Android device. You can pull it out in this, you can edit it and control it as per your requirement. You do get Paper Artist, S-Voice, S-Translator, S-Planner, S-Memo, and Samsung Links, Samsung Hub, and Samsung Apps as a standard set of applications from Samsung. So nothing special. You also have Watch On, which is the remote control application, which will help you set up the television so that you can use the top enabled infrared blaster. Now, a lot of software updates are already available. Let's forget everything else. Jump into what is this device about, and that is the camera. Now, if I want to show you this, guys, simply rotate this ring to zoom in, zoom out, which is easy. I believe that in some mode or in some setting, you can make the volume rocker also control this. And I would actually like that, because this is a sort of slow zoom. I can also use the on-screen controls to zoom in, zoom out. I don't know if you guys can see that at the corner, but that is an HTC Butterfly S, which is going to be our next unboxing, in line waiting for the S4 zoom to get over. So sneak peek at what's coming up. If I jump into modes, you'll see that we have more or less the modes that were shown off on the S4, apart from some modes that were taken from the Galaxy camera last year. So you have night mode, sunset, silhouette, sound and shot. You also have an eraser mode, which lets you delete people off your images, unwanted photo bombers. You can also look at the whole list over here. You also have a nice panorama mode, etc. We'll be testing all of these out. We're going to be testing this camera in depth. I can also go into expert mode, where I get all these settings. If I go into full manual mode, I can choose my shutter speed, my aperture, my ISO sensitivity. I can also set my white balance according to the zone. I can also set it manually, I believe. There is a one spot setup that I can do. There's a metering mode. And I can also choose the drive mode if I want auto exposure, if I want multi-shots, burst mode, etc. All those. I can also go into program auto. I can go into custom mode, full manual as well. So a bunch of modes over there. I can go into smart mode, which lets me choose between all these options, the ones that I showed you earlier. And I can also go into full auto, which is basically for novice, and most of the people who are going to be buying this device, if they do, are going to be using it. So let's click a quick picture of something around the office. So there you go, zoomed in, more or less a lot of detail on the image over there. So that's it, guys. I mean, you can shoot video from here as well. The idea of this video is to give you a basic interface. So if I just tap on this button, it should start recording video. Okay, so it's recording video, and when I am in video, this is probably one of the best features. I can zoom in while I'm in video, but the focus doesn't seem to be working that well. Let me move it around a little bit. Yeah, the focus doesn't seem to be working really well. Maybe because the light is slightly less. It does work from here. So there you can see the HTC butterfly box. The ability to zoom in while you're in video is something that is going to be really helpful for people like us. You also can pull out a bunch of things from here. You can jump into settings, you can turn on or off flash. You can also turn on a timer. This is geotagging. I can turn on geotagging. I can also turn the microphone off or voice control off, so that'll sort of save me trouble when I say click and the device won't click a picture. So that's more or less the settings. You can also pull down from the top to get some filters over here. They tried to add some filters for people. It'll break down the resolution. But if you don't want filters, then you can just go into no effects and then you get a higher resolution image. So you do have a 16 megapixel camera at the back over here, which you can set to take 16 megapixel pictures. But when you do take 16 megapixel pictures, they are in a slightly different mode. So if I go into expert, maybe that's where I can possibly change the size of the image. No, so if I want a 16 by 9 image, it has to be in 12 megapixel, which is sort of disappointing if you ask me, but that's what it is. Now we'll be back with a full review. If you talk about the lens over here, it is a 4.3 to 43 millimeter f3.1 to 6.3 lens. It is a 24 millimeter lens, so fairly fantastic. You also have a full xenon flash over here. And like I said, this ring is really easy to control. You have a 10x optical zoom, as it says over here. This grip gives it a nice grippage over here. You can also choose between modes from here, which is really, really nice. This ring is really easy to control. It gives you a basic animation of what you're going to be doing with the camera over there. Now, as a device, it's not very pocketable. We tried pocketing it. It's not the easiest thing to put in your pocket, but it works fairly well. So not too disappointed. You can carry it around if you're an enthusiastic photographer, and trust me, the images are going to be 10 times better when you can zoom into your subject, and 10 times better when you have a bigger lens and a better sensor. So from an image point of view, I'm going to be coming out with a review. From a device point of view, I'm going to be doing a test in a couple of days, comparing it with the S4 and the S4 Mini. So for those who are interested in comparisons, can stay tuned for that. If you have any special requests that I think are relevant to a lot of people, I'll try and cover those as well. So drop them in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys next time. This has been Bharat Nagpal. Make sure you check us out on iGyaan.in. Make sure you catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaanTV. For iGyaan Networks, this has been Bharat Nagpal. Thank you guys for watching.